partnership stronger than it's ever been.
Yeah.
And one of the things that together, through our America's Partnership for Economic Prosperity, we're going to grow the economies of the hemisphere from the bottom up.
About how much money you'll get when you retire. Though the answer is usually different for everyone, there's a cap that applies to everyone for how much you can receive each month. First, the amount you receive from Social Security is just determined by your lifetime earnings. It depends on when you decide to start receiving the maximum benefits. This maximum amount of Social Security benefits you can receive is based in part of when you decide to start receiving benefits. For the retirement age of 62, the monthly amount is $2,600. For those that retire between 65 and 67, your monthly checks can be worth as $600. And your full retirement benefits just depend on your date of birth. For instance, if you're born in the 60s or later, your full retirement age is 67. Along with the age you start receiving benefits, the Social Security Administration looks at your highest 35 years to determine your benefit. For example, in 2023, if you want to receive the maximum, you need to make at least $160,000. The maximum taxable amount changes every year, so it'll likely be different when you retire. For instance, folks, in 2023, according to a research from the Bureau of Economic Research, 19% of survey participants say they regretted taking Social Security too soon, which can be a big problem. And according to Motley Fool, a wide range of factors will influence when you choose to take Social Security, and depending on your personal needs, it can make sense to claim your benefits early. While the official Social Security cost of living adjustment won't be released until later this month, you can expect an increase of about 3% of 2024. The number is based on data from the CPIW. A 3% increase would raise the average payments from $1,800 to around $2,000. But next year's COLA is expected to be much smaller than the record-breaking 8% that we saw this year. The anticipated 3% increase for 2024 is still higher than average, but it's not enough when dealing with inflation and all the problems in the current state. Numbers from the CPI index for July and August help organizations like the Senior Citizens League predict the COLA ahead of time, which
holding this very important hearing because we all recognize that Medicare as well as Social Security are very much a part of the social fabric of America, and they may be government programs, but they also interact with private sector retirement and health benefits as well. So it's not something that just government does, but private sector retirement and healthcare programs plan on interacting with it. Republicans want to preserve and strengthen this program for future generations. For decades, Medicare has provided
The path they have pursued to date will inevitably lead to a shutdown. Now, Speaker McCarthy wants to move a partisan CR.
receive a Social Security payment totaling $1 trillion. Many older Americans rely on the benefits to pay their basic living expenses. People can start receiving Social Security retirement benefits at age 62, but the full retirements kick in when they turn 67. And Social Security is funded through the payroll tax, and that revenue is put into a trust fund to pay for current beneficiaries. The program, which was started in 1935 by FDR, has become increasingly unaffordable, as the life expectancy and the number of eligible recipients has risen, and the number of workers who pay into the program has declined. But a 2022 Social Security's report said that the trust fund used to pay retirees would be depleted in 2034. And the Congressional Budget Office director has told reporters that the depletion would come even earlier, in 2032. So this report is not an outlier. Since 2012, the Social Security's Program Trustees Board has projected that the fund will be depleted in 2022 and 2035. The main ways to cut Social Security solvent are by increasing revenue or decreasing benefits. Now they're getting ready to pass it, and the lawmakers in the House are ready to move to vote on a stopgap spending bill and to prevent a government shutdown. But states have been actually talking about tax cutting sprees, and now a proposed Pennsylvania tax break could result in big tax cuts. If the tax breaks happen, this will not be good. It's fueled by surging revenues. States have been slashing taxes for individuals and businesses for the past 3 years. But tax cuts are expected to come to an end in some states in the fiscal year. Some 25 states have cut individual income tax rates since 2021. And the lawmakers in many states have been approving tax cuts aiming to help residents financially. New property and rent relief rebate checks are going to be sent out, and these payments are worth billions of dollars and will equal hundreds of dollars for many people. It's fueled by surging revenues. States have been slashing tax for individuals and businesses for the past 3 years. But tax cuts are expected to come to an end in some states in the fiscal year. Some 25 states have cut individual income tax rates since 2021, It includes 22 states that reduced their top marginal rates. In 2023 alone, at least 8 states approved rate reductions. And Arkansas is trimming its top individual income tax rate to 4.7% after reducing it from 5.5%. Aside from individual income tax cuts, states have proposed rebate checks for their residents. Last year, 17 states issued inflation relief payments as well. And now, if you're a Massachusetts resident, income tax refunds were available to you if you paid personal income taxes and filed your return by October 17. If you file your state return by October 17, you should be able to get your stimulus check back. Nearly $100 million in rebates will be sent out to residents across the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Starting today, over 4 million older homeowners, renters, and people with disabilities will be issued rebates on rent and property taxes paid in 2022. According to a release, the rebates will be allocated to eligible Pennsylvanians who submitted an application through the property tax and rent rebate program. Applicants who submit their bank account information on the application forms will receive the rebate through direct deposit. And those who request a paper check to be mailed should expect to receive the payment in the mail too. But after the initial distribution of rebates in early July, rebates will be $100 per month during the crisis. And this idea has also been proposed by other politicians. 2 House Democrats have separately proposed putting an emergency cost of living adjustment in place. And this will bring next year's benefits increase up to 3% from 1.3%. We all know for sure that the crisis is not helping Social Security trust funds, which were already hurting before the beginning of the crisis. Having fewer workers in the economy contributing to payroll taxes that fund the system has helped to further deplete the reserves. So this might mean, everybody, that Social Security benefits are running low. But earlier this month, the Social Security Administration estimated that its funds could be depleted in 2035, at which point only 79% of Social Security benefits will be payable to recipients. And this is terrible. And these estimates also do not take the crisis into account. Recent estimates from the Bipartisan Policy Center indicate that in the worst case scenario, Social Security benefits, SI and SDI benefits could all run out, making it the largest adjustment ever seen since 1981, when the adjustment was just 11%. The SSA makes these adjustments almost every year as a way to keep up with inflation. In 2023, the maximum Social Security disability benefit was $3,700 a month. That is $282 more in 2022. But the average SSDI benefit is significantly lower. Even when you factor in 2023's high COLA, the average monthly disability benefit will be just $1,400. Every year, a total of 12 SSI payments are issued by the SSA to ensure that recipients get a payment one time every month. And when the first of the month occurs on a weekend or holiday, as in this case, the payments are given on last business day of the previous month. According to an official schedule, the SSA will issue double payments to recipients in the months of March, June, and September. But everybody, it's important to remember that Social Security recipients may see differing amounts to their